Repairing tech is one of the most important things that you can do to help eliminate e-waste and just general waste for the world. So how about I show you guys some cheap things that you can get to help get you guys started on eliminating e-waste. So before we begin, don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Go get some great merch. Also, just keep in mind, while these things can help you eliminate e-waste, if you're not careful, you can also create more. So just realize that you are going to have to do some practicing with this. It's not a guide of how to eliminate e-waste. First up here is a test bench, and the reason why I'm counting this as to help repair things is because one of the biggest things that will help you with seeing if something's broken is a test bench. Putting on all of the computer parts and just double checking that everything's working or not working and what specifically isn't working. Let me tell you, there are many times where I've had like a graphics card that I thought was broken, but it was actually just a connector on a motherboard. Not too often, but it happens. More than once, which I feel like it's a bad thing. Next up are these assorted laptop screws. These are just varying sizes and threadings of screws that are really common to find in laptops. This is really nice to have, and honestly, if you're a repair shop or you tend to do a lot of repairs on laptops, this might be not a horrible thing to grab. And next up, in the same kind of category as the last one, are these 502-piece computer screws. This is going to have standoffs, motherboard screws, little insulation gaskets. I don't really know what those are for. I kind of curious though myself. Normal chassis screws, the little thumb screws, fan screws. I mean, this has got most screws that you're going to need for a PC, desktop PC specific. Next, you're going to need some tools. So why not get the Essential Electronics toolkit from iFixit. This comes with their Magnetic Project mat bundle for $50. Pretty good deal, especially considering that the mat comes with a little, what I'm assuming is a dry erase marker so that you can mark where the part was from, and a little easier of making sure you get it in the right spot back again. Next is a soldering iron, and this one I actually do have over in its own little spot at my desk. It is a really nice soldering iron. It is has two little arms on this side here. It does do a very good job of heating, though I'm pretty sure that this is set to Fahrenheit, which I thought it would have been to Celsius, but I think you could honestly change that, but I'm not positive. Comes with a solder sucker, tweezers. The wrench is honestly just to tighten the little hands onto the soldering iron, so that's not a huge help, but it's helpful to get it all set up. You get these 6 tips as well as the one that's already on the iron, and some solder to get you started and to get you some practice in, because it's not amazing solder, so it does though in the end help kind of see what you're doing, so you can kind of get a bit into a habit of how much is too much and how much is just right. It's also what temperature you need to have it on. Next we have this solder smoke absorber. It's got a little fan, and on the front of it there's a little charcoal filter to get rid of the smoke smell and make sure that you're not just putting fumes out all into your home from the soldering, because that can happen. It's not a horrible thing, but it's a problem if you have other people that live in the house other than just yourself. And the carbon filters are just $12.99 for a pack of 5. So pretty good deal for considering everything on this one. Next is this heat gun. You're going to use this mainly just to heat up the board and get it ready for soldering, or to heat up a part that you need to get off so you can replace it, or to donate it to another board that needs a working chip. Next are these head mount magnifying glasses, and I thought these were the same ones I have, but they're of a similar design, so I'm pretty sure they got them from the same people, with 5 different sets of magnifying. That way you can kind of figure out how far away is too much, and also help you kind of make sure what you're doing without burning yourself. Because sometimes you're going to be dealing with some very small things, like very small chips. or just really small soldering points. Next is this magnetic large silicone repair mat, and honestly I didn't think I would need this either, but I do need this one. I got the gray one, which is actually a little smaller than the other one. It's also not magnetic. This one might actually be more helpful. Just because magnetics does help a lot when it comes down to not losing pieces, and also B, a large surface area for a work area is just better in general to make sure you don't clutter up too much onto one small area. And then last is a nice little digital clock DIY that you can build yourself using soldering, and to just kind of get a good understanding of how much is too much, and again, how much is just right. Also, to make sure you put things together. There are instructions, but it is always helpful to remind yourself that you're not perfect, and if you kind of sort anything out, you're kind of DOA. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Go get some great merch. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys go check out the video I did on modding my PS2 for better thermals. It was a really fun video where I got to take apart my PS2 and put in a Noctua fan, as well as a little bit of an update on some thermal pads on the CPU area there. They were not looking good. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and have a good day.